Hello friends, welcome back to Fact Friday. Today we'll be learning about how electricity is generated. So let's get started. So before we understand about the generation of electricity, we need to understand that how actually any form of energy is created. So the thing that is working here is the first law of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics states that energy or mass cannot be created nor be destroyed, which means we can only convert it from one state into the another state or one form into the another form. So right here you can see in the yellow box I have represented solar energy, which is basically the energy from the sun, and then through some means we convert it to electrical energy. Again in the blue box I am showing hydropower. Hydropower can also be converted into electrical energy. So now let's move on to the ways in which electricity is produced. So just before that I need to explain one more thing, that sun is the ultimate source of energy because every kind of energy is first of all derived from the sun. How? For example, let's take mechanical energy. So muscular energy. Muscular energy is generated by us. So how did we came into existence? With the help of the food that we obtain from plant in the form of chemical energy. Where did the plants obtain their food? Yes, they obtained their food from the sun. So sun is the most important source of energy or the prime source of energy. First way that electrical energy is created is known as solar electricity. So electricity is basically harvesting the sun's energy. So as we all know, the sun is abundant of energy and also the prime source of energy. So why not use the sun's energy, which is basically in the form of light and heat energy, and convert it into some electricity? So that's what photovoltaic cells do. They take the sun's light energy and convert it into electricity. Okay. Okay, so the energy is harvested from the sun, and also there is no more fuss of converting it from one form to the another form, because the more conversions that we do, the more chances of loss of electricity or loss of energy here is there. Okay, so here we are only taking the sun's energy and directly converting it into electrical energy. Now it has so many advantages. So one disadvantage is that it only works during the day. So if you have fixed it like in your house, then only for the 12 hours daylight you can get the sunlight and convert it into electricity, but for the rest of the 12 hours, which is the night time, we do not get any electricity. But one way we can overcome is to place it on two different sides of the earth. One more thing about solar electricity is that it is a renewable form of energy. Renewable basically means that the source of energy, which is in this case the sun or the sun's light, it is not being deplenished, or it can be used again and again. So that's what is happening in the solar energy. We are just converting the sun's light into electricity. There is no harm or no depletion to the sun. Now let's move on to hydroelectricity. First of all, we need to understand what hydro is. Hydro is basically water. So right here on the image you can see water is flowing at such a high speed, and this high current speed of the water is used to spin a turbine. Turbine is basically the reverse of a motor. You must have seen a motor look somewhat like this. When you apply potential difference to the different terminals or the two terminals of the battery, the motor, the propeller which is attached to the uh, motor, it starts spinning. But in a turbine, when you spin this motor's shaft, electricity or potential difference is created on the other side. So that's what actually is a turbine. I'll be showing you how a turbine looks in the next slide. But first of all, we need to look at hydroelectricity. It basically uses the high pressure of the water to spin a turbine, and for creating this high pressure, we either use dams, which are these long walls which release all the water at once to create a very high pressure. You can see the blue calm lake here and white clouds of water right here. So you can estimate how hard the water is pushing on the turbine and how much electricity is being produced. Now this is also renewable form of energy, because this water right here can again be transported here and used for creating this hydroelectricity. Now let's move on to our next form of energy, that is coal power plant. So coal power plants is actually uh, using the power of coal. Coal contains chemical energy and converting it into electrical energy. So basically, you are taking pulverized coal. Pulverized coal is basically coal which has been crushed very nicely, and as we know, whenever you crush something, its surface area increases and it burns easily. So what happens is the pulverized coal along with air enters a place where it is burnt and heat is produced. The heat is used to boil water. When the water boils, it converts into steam, which is used to spin a steam turbine. You can see a steam turbine here. Let me remove everything. Here we see a steam turbine connected to a generator. So basically, steam turbine is spinning to spin a generator, which is then producing electricity, and it can be distributed all around. Now this is a non-renewable source of energy, which means the coal which is used here can't be used again. But although water can be used again and again by condensing down the steam back to water, the coal, which is the actually main part of this whole system, it cannot be again and again created or again and again be used. So this is a non-renewable form of energy. Also, it is very harmful for the environment, because a byproduct of the burning coal is these combustion gas, which are very harmful for the environment. They are released out into the atmosphere like this. So this was basically my whole presentation on how electricity is created. Hopefully you like this. Thank you for watching.